You got a better pass rush against UCF than you had before. What was the kind of the key to get that going?
Probably one is just Sione, did a really good job. Same schemes really that we've been running. Probably got him in longer yardage situations a little more where he had to hold the ball and they had to throw the ball down the field a little more. Played a little more man-free, tightened it up a little bit, and probably made him hold it just a little bit longer. I think we had a really good idea of what they were going to do in their blocking scheme and when. They were pretty predictable. So I think we did a pretty good job overall that way.
A lot of younger guys got a chance to play against Central Florida. That's good for individual progress, but does it retard maybe the whole defensive progress as a whole?
Doesn't matter. I think that's irrelevant because this is our defense right now. So our defense is progressing. So who's out there is our defense, and so we got to progress no matter who's in there. So.
Are you planning on having Craig on Saturday?
Not sure yet. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know.
What does the defense lose with Craig being out?
A big hit, big hitter. But, I think just the kind of physicality, but I think that's the main thing.
Of Levitt and Fua, is one more likely than the other to play this weekend?
Not sure yet with those guys either, to tell you. The honest truth is I don't know if any of those three are going to play. If they do, it's good. If they don't, then we just got to go.
On the cornerback situation, are you going to rotate those three guys for 2 spots, or are you going to bring like maybe Trent and Trammell?
No, I'm not bringing anybody up. We're just going to probably maybe rotate, try Harvey a little bit in the boundary, Jackson, and then Sky would be like an emergency guy. So just, the 3, JP, Mike, and Rob, and then Harvey would probably be the 4th, and then if it was an emergency, Sky.
Only 3 teams nationally are seeing more pass attempts per game against them than you guys are on defense right now. Is your rush defense, I'm not going to say too good, but you defend it so well that teams are seeing what they can take and they just do it too
I think
frequently?
that they're seeing that, but it's not like – if you look at the game and you study the film, they're getting in totally different groups. Like Central Florida went completely away from their offense. Like they hadn't been under center all year. And then we show up there in 2 tight ends and they're under center. And what they're doing is they're trying to run the ball with get one more guy in there, and then what it does is it's max protection. But the bottom line is you got to stop the run. If you want to defend the kind of passes that you can actually stop, you got to defend the run on first down, and you got to play the play action routes on first down. It's difficult when they max protect. There's not a whole lot of anything you can do but cover the ball down the field, and so those are the things we're seeing. We're seeing max protection on early downs, getting one-on-one man coverage down the field with maybe a middle post. You're not going to get pass rush because they're blocking with 7 or 8 unless you want to send 8 or 9, and we got to defend those passes. And then if we can get them into a spread passing game when it's 3rd down, we're going to win because we're better than most teams. Our nickel package is better. So I think the approach that people are taking is that if you want to get, that was definitely Utah State's approach. Max Pro, chuck it up. Use Central Florida, Max Pro, chuck it up, and it's been successful. And if you were to go back, like take the Utah State game, for example, if you go watch that in 2012 when we were really good on defense, the amount of shots they took down the field, there were some foul balls that they missed, and there were some ones that we covered, but the game plan was identical, and that's what it's been. And so I think we have a really good idea of what we're going to see. We just got to do a better job of stopping it. So.
Moving Bronson to linebacker, has that been a successful switch?
Good. So far, so good, yeah. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, he's our best will linebacker, so yeah, it is.
Can he cover in space?
He doesn't have to cover in space. We rush him. He's not a cover guy. If we're covering Bronson Kafusi, then we're stupid. He's a rush guy. We rush him. We don't drop him. He drops like twice a game, and probably had one of the best buzz drops I've seen out of any of our guys, Kyle Van Noy included. A week ago, the quarterback made a heck of a throw. But if you think we're wasting time spending, hey, Bronson, let's work on our coverage at practice, we're not. We're working on rushing, getting to the quarterback and playing the run. That's what the will is in our defense, not a cover guy. So he's at the end.
What did you learn about some of the younger guys in that UCF game that got a chance to play defense?
It just verified, like, Sione played good, but we knew that. He's our best pass rusher. Fred Warner is good. We knew that. Kai Nakua, I said this like before, but the further away you get from the ball, the more trust I got to have in you. And so the trust issue going with Kai, he knows I didn't trust him. I was forced to throw him in, and he proved me wrong, and he played good. Kai Nakua is a good player. He's a really good player. So those guys played well. Mike Davis is playing pretty good, young guys. So I like what they're doing.
How encouraging was it for the defense to have that kind of rough start and start playing it throughout the course of the game? What positives do you take from that?
I think as the players, they look at it play by play, and if there was a positive play, they feel good about it, and if there was a play that was negative, they try to fix it. And so, that's just how this game goes. You can't feel too bad about the bads, and you can't feel too good about the good. You just have to work on getting better each day, and that's really what we're trying to work on.
You mentioned what UCF and Utah State did. Do you expect Nevada
Oh yeah,
to go the
100%. They did it last year. They're 11 in personnel team, and they went 12 personnel the whole first half until we got a lead. And when they got a lead, then they got an 11. Then we could rush them. Then we can win. And so that's the formula. If they can stay in 12, it's not good. Because one, it means we don't have the lead. Number two, it means they're completing balls down the field. So if they're in 12 personnel, it's not good for us. If we can get them into 11, then you know we're being successful on offense and on defense, stopping the ball. They'll be in 12 personnel. There's going to be 2 tight ends. They're going to block up. The running back's going to stay, and they're going to check it down the field. They're going to try to run. In 12 personnel, that's what they're going to do. Although they are an 11 personnel team, that's what they're going to do.
They've been a big play team with big play wide receivers. And
Yeah, I mean, 12 is good. 12 is really good. He is great at the back shoulder fade, and it's like taking candy. I mean, that route is really hard to stop. So we're working on it. We're working on it. If they catch one, we're going to go to the next play. I don't want to give up a fade, but the back shoulder fade, it might happen. We're not going to try to give up any touchdown passes, but number 12 is good down the field. Number 17 is going to look straight at him, and he's going to throw it straight to him. No matter who's covering him, no matter if there's a safety on top, no matter if there's a corner underneath, it's going to him. And they'll have design plays. They'll have, you look at last year, they had a flea flicker, they had a reverse pass. They're going to try to get us in an unconventional way to protect and get isolation on the corners and safeties down the field, and so that's what we got to defend.
if your DB was the guy that grabbed Jordan Leslie on that last play in overtime, would you be saying good play, didn't get caught, or don't do that?
I didn't watch it, but if we won, I'd say good play, and if we got pass interference, I'd say don't do that. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, so you didn't go back and see
I
that play
didn't
then?
watch it.
Yeah.
No.
A lot has been made about you having all the defensive responsibilities, defensive coordinator. Can you just talk about how that's been going and
It's going good.
just the challenges?
Yeah, I mean, just the challenges that happen every day, getting your guys to do what they're supposed to do, making sure that your game plan's exactly right, making sure that they're focused, making sure that they're motivated, just those things. But it's not just one person, it's a whole group and all the coaches. But yeah, it's a daily battle to make sure we're just fighting and scrapping and doing what we're supposed to do and making sure we're doing the right things and critiquing myself and, not looking at everyone else and saying, okay, whose guy's not doing this, whose guy's not. It's like, what can I do to help these guys play better? That's what it is. You got to self-evaluate, and you got to evaluate the group, and you got to just battle every single day. And that's what it's just a daily fight. You go to bed late, you wake up in the morning, swinging, you go to bed, get ready to go again.
How much input does Bronco still have with the
He has good
defense?
ideas. I mean, he has ideas. He has ideas, and he has suggestions, and he'll say, take a look at this, take a look at that. What do you think of this? What do you I like this, maybe not like this. What do you think of so-and-so here? Just suggestions. So it's very similar to kind of how it's always been. He's not in there all the time, and, he's not calling.
Kelly said that Cody Fajardo's the best quarterback you've
Yeah, I
seen.
think he's pretty good. I'm trying to think who we played, but yeah, he's probably the best guy we played. Best athlete for sure. Yeah, can throw it pretty good too. Like him. I think he's good.
Like the challenge?
Yeah, I mean, every week there's going to be a challenge. To say that there's not going to be a specific challenge every week, it's football. They got good players, we got good players, and there's going to be a challenge every single week, no matter what. So.